Hello, everybody. This is Fernando for the Sellerboard Show. Today, I have a very special guest, one of the biggest specialists in Amazon PPC and products that I ever seen. His name is Mansour Norouzi, and he's going to talk to us about lots of cool things. Stick around, and don't forget to visit sellerboard.com if you want to have full control of your Amazon store. See you in a bit. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Today I have Mansour, a director from Incrementum, and he's like one of my favorite people in the PPC Amazon space, and I'm so thrilled to have him here. Mansour, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be here and have this discussion.
Thank you so much, Mansour. We're like everybody that I spoke about that I was having you. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna bring the SQP King to the interview." That is
Thank
so
you so
cool.
much.
So, search query performance, for those who doesn't know who SQP is, we're gonna talk about this today. Mansour, I want to start from the beginning. Can you tell us your story?
Yeah, sure. So I'm from Iran originally. I moved to Canada in 2015, and I have master in civil engineering. When I moved to Canada, I started working as a construction manager till
Wow,
early 2020. And
really?
yes,
And what city are you in Canada?
I'm in Toronto.
No, nice.
Yes. So around 2018, I was looking to start something new. I really like construction management, but the fact that I had to stick to one place, I didn't have that location independent. I didn't like it. And literally that was the only reason for me that to see what can I do online, that I can travel, I can go to different places and still work. So I came up with selling on Amazon. End of 2018, early 2019, I started my own business and started selling on Amazon. To this day, I still have that business.
What's your niche?
It's in traveling niche.
Nice.
Yes. And so I went to a few meetups in end of, I would say, 2019. And I got to know a few people. This was in Toronto, my first Amazon meetup in Toronto. I got to know a person that now we are close friends. We are asking about business, how we are doing, and he asked me, okay, who is managing your PPC? I said myself, and I don't have any issue with Amazon PPC. Actually, I'm good. It's doing good. My concern is not Amazon PPC. So he asked me to manage his PPC as well, just out of nowhere. I'm like,
Oh, cool.
sure, I could do that. Then that was my first client that I started PPC. I didn't have any experience managing other people's PPC. Then, so I did a good job for him. So he recommended me to a friend of his that at the time, and that person is still my close friend and a client. He is a eight-figure business owner.
Seller. Mhm.
Business seller. So I work with him, and then I went to this kind of seminar from ManyChat in Austin. It's a funny story. I got a free ticket randomly from Samer Bragg's group,
What? Who?
Facebook group, Samer Bragg's,
Face.
if you know.
Okay.
Yeah, the Facebook group. So anyhow, I went to Austin for this seminar. I got to know a few people, plus Liron.
Oh, that's how I
And
met Liran.
yeah, that's how I met Liron for first time. Then what happened is that Liron saw I'm posting on different platforms on Facebook, different groups about PPC. He reached out to me like a few months after that seminar that, do you want to join our kind of company? I was like, sure, why not? Let's do this. And I joined
Nice.
Incrementum. At the time, we were around, in 2020, I joined them. At the time, we were around 10 people. Now we are, I would say, 70, 80 people at least. And I became director of Amazon advertising. We were 10 people.
Congratulations.
In 2020 now. Yeah, thank you so much. And by the way, I quit my job early 2020, which is right before pandemic hit. So I quit my job and all of a sudden pandemic hits, but I transitioned and I was in like totally remote and working on PPC plus my own business on Amazon.
And because you're working with travel, did you get affected by COVID, by the pandemic?
Yes, to some extent, yeah, I got affected. But that was a kind of a gifting product. So the impact wasn't that huge. Okay. It was a kind of, yeah, the giftable product. It was okay. I won't say it was a huge impact to my business.
After all the accounts, Amazon accounts that we have seen, what's your favorite niche today?
The favorite niche is, well, I have so many favorites, but I think supplement is one of my favorite because soon I am starting a new business. I'm partnering up with someone else that has experience in supplement. That's another story that probably we are going to launch a new brand in supplement.
Do you think is it way harder to launch a brand in supplements 2023?
Definitely way harder. But the thing is that our market will be in Canada, right? Because we are in Canada, we know their regulation. There is a barrier there for people to enter to Canadian market. So we are going to be in a Canadian market. In US, we are managing so many supplement brands. It is really difficult. You need to have the capital, and the PPC is hard and expensive. Like the cost per click is really expensive for supplement. It's not easy to get to supplement. So you have to make sure you have a great brand, great product, and great capital, good capital to enter to this market.
Do you think how much would you consider? Let's say you're getting like a new client that just starting up supplement brands. How much do you think they should spend in order to start scaling? Like around 50, 100,000?
Well, honestly, it depends totally to the niche, that what subcategory you are in, right? The number can really be different. I can't give you a number, but if I just want to think out loud, I would say, yeah, like 50K would be minimum that I would say. If you want really to enter to a market and be able to show yourself there, that's the minimum. Yeah, of course, you can go with lower, higher, but if you go with lower, depends what you are looking for, right? It might not be easy to get to where you want to be, or to the top of the category.
Nice. And how many, assuming that they have a very good product and they can keep 4.5 stars, how many reviews do you think the supplement company needs today in order to start scaling? Like 1,000, 2,000? What's your opinion?
Well,
or depends.
Honestly, we have brands that they have 300 reviews they sell. We have brands that in supplement, and actually the same subcategory, the ones that have 9,000, right? Of course, the 9,000, they have been in market longer. The sales that they are generating is different from the other brand. But I have come to the conclusion that to some extent, review matters, to some number matters. After that, the customers, they don't necessarily care how big your review is. They care about your product, what value you are giving it, the quality of the product, the reviews that has written for you. So I don't have a number. I can't give you a number.
All right. Yeah, no, it's okay. All right. What are the biggest mistakes you see new sellers making?
Oh, the biggest mistake. This is a good one. I would say the first one is that not understanding the relationship between PPC and your organic sales, right? This is the biggest one I see people don't understand and they make a mistake. And we know that when you run PPC, it can positively or negatively impact your organic ranking for every keyword, right? If you're running PPC for a sponsored product, for instance, for a keyword, your conversion rate of a sponsored product PPC is really low compared to your organic or average of the category. Actually, you are hurting your organic ranking, right? You are starting to decline in organic ranking. So understanding that relationship is going to help you to launch, maintain, and also grow your brand. Then you know how PPC and organic ranking works. Even if you have a mature product, you can kind of start analyzing and understand these keywords are the ones that I can impact with PPC and grow my brand, grow organic sales, bring incremental sales.
So let's say I want to go like for a really high volume keywords, but my conversion rate sucks at that keywords. But let's say we have a client or we work for a company that I want to be on that keywords. If the conversion rate is lower, we can hurt our organic rank overall, or just that keywords?
No, you could hurt your organic rank for that keyword and also some related keywords, right? Because these have the same roots. So it's a pretty simple methodology. So let's say, for instance, for dog vitamins, you pushing your product, right? Customers click and they go to the listing, but they don't purchase as much as they purchase from other products. What you are doing, you're signaling to Amazon that there is something wrong with this product. The customers go to the listing, they don't purchase, or a very low percentage that for Amazon is acceptable for the good products. It is people are purchasing that. And we know Amazon is all about customer satisfaction, right? They want to make sure that the customers purchase the product, they can find the product that is suitable for them as fast as possible. Everything for Amazon is about the customer satisfaction. So when you are signaling that, oh, my product for this keyword is not performing good, Amazon was like, okay, maybe this product doesn't belong here. Let's take it down. It's a simple way for me to explain what is happening, right? And at the same time, if you're targeting dog vitamins, so Amazon gives this relation that, okay, this product doesn't convert for dog vitamins. So for vitamins, kind of maybe for them, they are not related as well. Anything in dog and vitamins for any keyword, you might get a hit because you are not converting for dog vitamins. This is very simple in how I can explain what is this relationship, right? And we know it's all about machine learning, and Amazon constantly look at that. So I would say that is the first biggest mistake I see, that you need to understand how ranking works and how PPC impacts that.
Let me ask you something else. If you're trying to rank #1 for keywords and you're spending a lot of money, let's say you have a good product, the product's 100% related to the keywords, and you get to organic position 1, do you keep pushing PPC on it, or just slow down a little bit?
So you mean with PPC we help, or no, overall, with just we get to organic ranking overall, or with PPC we pushed it?
No, I mean, once you're using PPC to get to the organic position #1, should you keep putting ads on that position and make sure you stay there, or should you just slow down a little bit and let's maybe try to spend a little bit less?
That's a great question, actually. That brings another discussion about cannibalization, right?
Exactly. That's what I want.
Yeah, let's forget about the situation that we just got to the organic ranking, right? What is cannibalization? Cannibalization is, I'll give you one example. If you are in top 4 for organic ranking, does it make sense to have your sponsored product on top of search or not, because anyway, customers are seeing your product, right? We always have this question from brands, and the truth is we didn't know the answer. Now with search query performance, we can have this discussion. With search query performance, it can help you to actually evaluate this, that is there an impact or not? Generally, if you ask me, I would say, I don't know. The best way is to test. Lower your spend, lower your placement. Your first step should be, if you are in PPC, top of the search, #1 position, lower your bid, go to #2. Slowly, if you see it's not impacting, lower your bid to change the placement. Now, if you see on top of search, you change the placement, you are not getting impacted, lower your bid to go to rest of search now, right? Because your organic is there. This is a totally like a testing process. There is no answer to this, yes or no. In some occasions, we have tested this for few brands. Some products got hit, some products they don't. And the reason is, I'll give you one example. Let's say your product is organically #1. You have 3,000 reviews. Your pricing is competitive to everyone else there, like other placements on top of the search, any brand. Your review is much higher, plus your price is competitive. In this situation, if you take your sponsored product, probably you're not going to impact it, right? It's clear because you are a winner. You are a clear winner for that position because of this offer that you have. But if every product is similar, now, sure, maybe you want to have 2 placements to make sure kind of you are giving that unconscious impact to your customers, but still, there is no yes or no. You have to test and see what the impact is. And now that we have the search query performance, you have the best answer. Do this test, see if your share is changing or not. Now we can talk about that. Oh, I have 2 other biggest mistakes if you want to.
Yes, please. Yes, let's go over the biggest mistakes that sellers do.
Yeah, the other one, actually, I had today a call with a seller. They think that PPC is a magic bullet, that it's gonna solve everything, right? If your product is good, an average PPC manager can manage your account. A great PPC manager can help you like kind of scale it faster. But if your product is not good, no one can fix your PPC. PPC is not the issue. So if you are not seeing sales coming, if you are not having good results with overall your product, don't think that, oh, PPC, because of PPC. No, maybe it's your conversion rate of the listing. Look at your business report. What's your unit session percentage? If it is low, well, of course, PPC conversion rate would be low. ACOS will be high. So PPC is not a magic bullet. First, work on your listing, on your product, creatives, and create a good product. Right now, we know Amazon goes toward that brand building, and also it's starting to become more and more important. And make sure you have a great brand and great offer and product.
And you also offer service to fixed listings, right?
Yes, I won't say fix, we improve the listing, right? Not necessarily anyone comes to us, there's an issue with their listing, but they want to get a better result. So we offer creative services. We do audit, and based on that, we offer creative services as well at Incrementum Digital.
Do you think if a product's not able to keep 4.5 stars, or if has a bigger return rates than 10%, do you think that's a very good indication that the product is bad and sellers should look for another product?
No, there are many categories actually. The 10%, you can get this return rate also for the category, right? For any product. I don't know if you saw my LinkedIn post about this or not. In growth, there is one dashboard category insight. For any product, you can see what is the return rate for that
Oh,
category, for
that's
that
cool.
product,
I love it.
right?
I need to
So,
check
for
this.
instance, I was just checking ankle brace from the category insight, which gives you the return rate for the whole category. It was 8.97%, right?
Mhm.
So I want to say it depends. If you have a fashion product, customers purchase and they return, right? They get different product. For one women-related product, I was checking, I think 4 months ago, it was around 25% return rate. And it makes sense because they purchase a dress and they get 4 different dresses just to like
Try it.
and see which one they like. The one that they like, they keep. The other ones they return. So no, not necessarily there is any threshold. But if you want to have a reference, go to category insight, see what is the
Nice.
return rate, what
Love that
is
tip.
what is your brand return rate. And the other thing
Do
you
you
mentioned about rating, again, rate everything that you do, you have to be relative to your category. Some categories 4 is okay rating, right? Some 4.5 is okay rating. For dog vitamins, for instance, most of them are 4.5 to good products. If in that category that everyone is 4.5 on top of the category you are 4, well, you have an issue. But if you are in a category that on the top everyone has 4 and you are 3.5, then you have an issue. 4 is good. Or if you are 4.5, it means you are doing a great job. So it depends to the niche that you are in.
Do you need a bigger margin if you have a product that has high returns like apparel?
Exactly, that was my LinkedIn post that I don't know. I have watched so many videos, especially when I was kind of starting, and now in product selection, they talk about calculating the profit, right? To make sure it's a viable product that you can profit. But none of them talk about considering this return ratio. So something to consider is that return ratio you see in category insight, not necessarily all of them are defective and you can't sell them. To some percentage, they are sellable, some percentage they are unsellable. I don't know what that percentage is, but I would take a look at the category insight, see what the return ratio for this category is. To some extent, I will impact that in my profit, right? Maybe 4% return rate. Let's return and defective rate that you have to consider in your profit because you're losing that. So it makes sense, definitely.
And even if you are repacking the product, there is a cost to do that.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So all of these bring us to this conclusion that maybe we should start implementing that in our profit calculation at the beginning when you are doing this profitability calculation for your product that you want.
Okay. Any other mistakes new
Yes, the
sellers make?
last one, actually, this is the most important one. And I see this a lot. Sometimes I see this even for experts or senior managers that they go after shiny objects, that they see someone posted a strategy right away, they go try that strategy, they keep everything else, they leave everything else, they start trying a new strategy. Or Mansour posted something, oh, I did this work, probably it's working for me, let's go do it. But no, don't get distracted with all these shiny objects. This is literally for Amazon advertising, right? Or new strategies. First, learn to understand the basics of how PPC works. What is the foundation of PPC? And the foundation of PPC is pretty simple. Good keyword research, right? Making sure you're having a comprehensive keyword research, going over the keywords that are loosely related, highly related, segmenting these keyword researches. It's really important. So when you segment keywords based on search volume, based on how relative to your product is, from there is you start launching your campaigns, optimization, negation, and going kind of to other ad types as well. So don't think there is a kind of magic pill here or magic way that makes everything great. start with fundamentals, the basics. And from there, if you see someone, Mansour sends a new advanced strategy, keep that in mind, test that with a small budget. Don't think that it's going to work on your brand as well, on your product. This worked on one product, not necessarily is going to work in everything. So stick to the basics first. From there, start expanding to other advanced strategies that you want to try.
Nice. Love it. All right, next question. What does it take to become a PPC master like you?
Well, I don't know if I'm master or not, but well, I would say, like, I will go over the process that I had for my own self, right? The first is you have to learn. You need to get information from everywhere that you could. For me, the first thing was that I want to learn Amazon advertising. Let's see what Amazon gives you. Amazon has a kind of training. It's very basic. And I know many people even didn't take it. I did take it, but not everything is applicable there. But there are some small things, small notes that they mention that they are really helpful. So it is great to see what Amazon itself talks about PPC, what they tell. The second is that in Amazon advertising dashboard, for instance, if you go to clicks, right, many things that I post on LinkedIn that for people is like, oh, how do you get this information? If you go to help of Amazon advertising, it is there. Click on, for instance, on click. Then you click on click. There is that help icon there, right? It exactly, when you go to the detail, exactly gives you this click. Yes, you know what is click, but then it talks about about traffic validations, Amazon deduplicate, some customers that click on the same ad few times, they get deduplicated or stuff like that. You need first start from what Amazon gives you, then LinkedIn, YouTube, and of course, if you need more, purchase the courses. But before purchasing the course, try to learn free as much as you can. Then don't get stuck in just learning. Implement what you are learning, right? Well, if you don't have an account, it's going to be difficult. Hopefully you have an account and you're working. If you are a seller or if you are a manager, you have an account, go implement them. Anything you learn, implement them. And I always keep telling this, probably I'm going to tell this in this video a few times as well. Start new strategies, everything that you want to test with a small budget, and don't be limited to just strategies that others tell you. You be that authority for yourself. Look at your numbers, look at the data and say, okay, I think this is happening in my account. I have this assumption. Go create a campaign with any assumption that you have, a small budget, test it. Either you're going to see the result or not. If you see the result, scale. If you don't see the result, then first of all, you got your answer. The second is that you don't blow the budget of your account because you started really small. That is why I'm against. Sometimes I hear people talk about, you got to start, Amazon gives more value to campaigns with high budget. We haven't seen this. I don't have any data to prove this. We have so many accounts with $10 budget for campaign. We see great results, right? So I would say start small, scale it from there, and just refine. If you think you know everything, you're not gonna you can't learn anything. Assume that you don't know. Keep learning. Keep looking on LinkedIn, especially these days. It's great for Amazon advertising, especially. There are so many great people posting there, and they are posting like amazing content. Go test, ask questions from these people, and they are all open to answer.
Question for you. When you were in a discovery campaign looking at broad phrase targets and you find some search terms, they're performing really well and you want to move them to exact, do you negate those search terms on the discovery campaign, or just do you do that or no when you're moving like winning search term with low ACOS?
I am against negating the terms that are performing from the source campaign. And the reason, there are different strategies people do, right?
Love it.
Some people say you got to negate it. Some people say not. From my experience, I realized that no, I don't want to negate it. And here is a few reasons. The first reason is that you can't replicate what was performing in another campaign. So let's say you're targeting, I don't know, ankle brace, for instance, in broad. Ankle brace for women getting triggered and performing great from that broad. If you move that ankle brace for women, not necessarily you're going to get the same results that you are seeing from ankle brace broad, right? And here's the reason. There are so many placements on Amazon. You have to think about Amazon and the campaign as a machine learning process. So over time, Amazon learns that this product in these placements working good, right? And this is happening over time because it keeps refining, keeps putting in different placements. So finally, it finds that, okay, these product performing good in these placements. If you move that term to another campaign, that campaign has no history. The machine learning for that campaign is 0.
Perfect.
So
Love
you're
it.
not going to see that result. Yes, maybe over time, maybe you will get to that result, but not necessarily in a week, 2 week, or 3 week, you will see that result. So it is all about how this machine learning works and how Amazon implements that. Unfortunately, Amazon does machine learning in campaign level, not in account level. If it was in account level, I would have said, maybe if you move it, it's going to work. But at the moment, no. What you're going to do, you're going to negate it. If you negate it, you're blocking that campaign that it was performing good for this term. Now, all of a sudden, you're having a new campaign that's not performing. And also keep in mind, there are so many placements on Amazon. Every keyword from different match types getting triggered in different placements. So it is good to have them. I'm against that negation, and I don't like making that funnel of search term that negate everything everywhere, and there is one keyword that is triggering this term. From my experience, it doesn't have a good impact. That's my experience, right? Some people, I know they do it, their experience might be different.
Do you think there is a problem when you add too many targets in one ad group?
Yes, there is a problem in terms of the budget, right? Because when you mix all these keywords together, there are a few issues. The first issue is that if you have a keyword that has its high search volume, let's say they are all inexact. If you have a keyword that has high search volume, the problem would be that most of your budget, because of the demand of that keyword, goes allocated to this keyword. So other keywords might not get to their full potential. You might see a spend, but they might not get to their full potential in terms of getting a spend and getting data, being optimized and generating sales. Next step is that you might ask me, Mansour, we are going to give it unlimited budget. That campaign is not going out of budget. Now, what is your reason?
That's what I'm going to ask.
Yes. What I have seen from Amazon is that this is totally my experience, that Amazon in any certain day gives impression and gives attention to some of the keyword. If you have 1,000 keywords in a campaign, Amazon is not going to give impression to all of those 1,000 keywords in the same day. This is just, I have actually tested that, and I have seen this happening. For instance, in any certain day, 20 of keywords getting the spend totally, right? Maybe if you look at last, for instance, 6 months, you will see all of those 1,000 keywords getting spend and getting impression. But my point is that if you would have split those keywords over the last 6 months, you would have got more impressions for those keywords, because the number of keywords that you have in that ad group, not all of them can get the impression in the same day. This is what I have realized.
So if you're using like an automation tool, you have to make sure that when you make like a goal in Perpetua, you have to make sure that the campaign doesn't have like 1,000 keywords. So you do like a keyword boost, or do you do a custom goal? Is that how you do that?
Yes, actually, we use a Perpetual, right, for management. And that is what we do. We use, well, keyword boost, anyone who is not familiar, it's just launching a campaign, right? That's it. So Perpetual has this core campaign that all the keywords are there. That is kind of research campaign. But from there, we start segmenting. And for the same reason that I mentioned, we segment based on sometimes conversion rate, most of the time search volume, and how much orders they are generating. Start segmenting on top of that to make sure we don't kind of stuff so many keywords in the campaign.
That's a very good tip. Thank you so much. All right. Search query performance. Why is it so important?
Oh, search query performance, my most favorite tool on Amazon.
we know.
Yeah. Well, first of all, the search query performance is the funnel of it's a funnel of customers searching for a keyword, clicking on product, and purchasing the same product. Every single of these are important. So customers searching, all the results, they come from the search result pages. Any impression, any KPI you see in search query performance is triggered from search result pages, not product detail pages. The customer clicks on a product and end up purchasing the same product. If they purchase another product, for instance, a variance, that purchase won't be shown in the search query performance. So it is important because for the first time, Amazon gives you the search volume of the keyword that we never had access to, right? This was the first time Amazon giving us that, guys, here is the search volume of the keywords that you are looking at. Always you're getting from third-party platforms like Helium 10 or JangoScope, right? Then it goes one step further. You are seeing the impressions, clicks, add to carts, and purchase for the whole market for your brand. And of course, when you have whole market and your brand, you see what is the share of your brand compared to whole market. This is everything you need in keyword level, that how I am doing in keyword level, my brand, or we know in ASIN level, we can see that how my brand or ASIN doing in keyword level for these terms that we are looking for, these KPIs, right? So that is why it is important. But there are so many details that you need to understand about search query performance before starting analyzing, because I remember seeing so many people saying that, oh, search query performance data is wrong. My my orders in business report is this, but here there are not even close to that. Yes, of course, because you have to understand how those sales and numbers are being reported. Then I can go into the detail of what you see there, but in terms of use cases, few ones that I could say is first A/B testing, right? Any A/B testing that you see in price, in your main image, or anything in the listing, you can see how it is impacting your share of the market. And the reason share of the market is important is that so far, before search query performance, how would you track to see if your brand growing or not? Sales, right? You are looking at your total sales. But there is a flaw to total sales. There is a fluctuation in demand, right? Demand goes daily, weekly, monthly, goes up and down. For seasonal product, in season, it goes up. So if you are just tracking total sales, you can't necessarily tell that if you are growing or if you are declining, because you don't know what's happening in the market. You're just looking at your sales, like how are you gonna see your kind of growth or decline compared to what is happening in the market. But share is important. The share of market, purchase share, click share, impression share tells you that no matter what's happening in the market, your share going up or down. If your share goes up, you are growing. If your share goes down, you are declining, because it's a percentage and a relative. That's why share is important.
But what keywords do you need to choose some keywords to track that, right?
Yes. So in terms of the keywords, in brand level, Amazon gives you 1,000 keywords. In product level, Amazon gives you 100 keywords, 100 search queries. Brand level has some use cases. ASIN level, of course, you're seeing in ASIN. But definitely, you can't go for how many products. Let's say you have 20 products. It is difficult to go to every product, but at least you have to track this for your main keywords, the keywords that has the biggest influence in your product or account, the 80-20% rule, right? 80% of your sales probably comes from 20%. If you don't want to track everything, just make sure you are covering those 20%. Of course, go track organic ranking, plus on top of that, check your search query performance, see what is the trend for that. I posted something on LinkedIn, a template, SUPA template, Search Query Performance Analyzer. That's a great tool. It's free. As of now, it's free. You can download it. It's going to be free forever. I didn't mean to say as of now, but go download that. It's free. And even I have a walkthrough video explaining how to implement that. It gives you the trend. It's easy for you to see what is happening in keyword level for all these KPIs. And sorry, for use cases, I didn't mention measuring impact of advertising. Any change that you do in advertising, right away you can see in search query performance what's happening in keyword level, account level, cannibalization. The best use case of search query performance is that you can measure cannibalization, SEO optimization. You can see what's happening for terms in terms of impression share, click share. Based on that, do some SEO optimization, and also check the growth of your product and brand with that.
Nice. So how often do you go over SQP? Every week, every month?
Yeah, I would say sometimes for some brands, we look at weekly, sometimes we see bi-weekly, like depends to how much you are spending, right? If your spend is high, if you are getting huge data on a weekly basis, it's good to look at weekly, otherwise bi-weekly or monthly. And also, I want to mention something. This is another thing that I mentioned, shiny object. This is a shiny object. If your product doesn't have a good standing, good visibility in the category, search query performance is not going to help you much, right? Now, first way for you is, the first step is to improve your organic ranking. Search query performance won't be as effective as when you are visible on top of your category. So don't think right away now you have to go to search query performance, build SUPA template, look at all these numbers, and then get confused at what is happening, what the hell is happening here. First, cover your bases. Make sure you are working to improve your organic ranking. That's another thing that I was mentioning. We get caught in shiny objects. This is another shiny object.
Got it. Very good. Thank you so much. Do you like working with sponsored display video, or is it too new?
Well, I started running my first sponsored display video yesterday. I haven't seen the results yet. There's no impression. And this brings me to the fact that any new feature comes from Amazon, test. Like for me, this is something new, right? My guess is that the performance probably won't be that good. But if you have a consumable product, yes, you will see better performance, because with sponsored display video, you can just target audience, retargeting, remarketing. So if you don't have a consumable product, maybe you might not see a good result. But if you have a consumable product, probably there are things to explore there, which brings me to the fact that doesn't matter. Test, give it a small. I started that campaign for the client with $15 or $20 budget. For that account, it's a low budget, right? For the account that spends, I don't know, like $1,500 per day, $20 budget is not going to impact that. I'm going to see how that performs. If it's good, it's good. I'll scale. If I see it is bringing me incremental sales, I'll scale. If not, I got my answer. It's not working for this product, not as a whole. Oh, guys, this is not going to work. No, for this product, I tested, didn't work. Done.
Nice. And do you like working with sponsored display VCPM?
VCPM, I'm against sponsored display VCPM.
Because of the attribution?
Because of attribution and cannibalization.
Oh, yeah.
And the sales, this happened. I have seen this happen for 4 or 5 accounts that they started, like, they joined us, and we saw that they started targeting sponsored display VCPM when it released, right? When it was released, there was a hype around that. They started that, and they saw, oh, it is bringing sales with great ACOS. Like the average account ACOS is 30%. They were seeing 5% ACOS with sponsored display VCPM, and they never questioned that how it is possible. Or they were like, oh, this is great. They started increasing budget, and their account was kind of impacted because those sales are actually, I can't give a percentage, but those are the sales that you were getting anyway. You are just cannibalizing your organic or the sales that were triggered through sponsored ads and getting attributed to VCPM.
Yep.
Now, what happened is that, of course, like it's like you didn't do that. That campaign didn't do anything. But when we started pausing and decreasing spend, and we did this gradually, right? We realized we are getting the spend down. We paused it to up almost zero. Nothing happened. The sales didn't increase.
Sales are the same.
Yeah, the tacos went down. So it was a clear indication of there is something wrong with sponsored display. That I did more kind of investigation, and I realized how attribution works. I have about this another post on LinkedIn that I even have graph about this if you want to see what happened. So I am against sponsored display VCPM unless you are looking for awareness. Sure, if you're aware that you might cannibalize, go do it. It depends what is your goal. If your goal is awareness, you don't care if you are cannibalizing and you just want to get more impression, more people to see your product, definitely do it. Otherwise, be aware, right? I'm making the same mistake that I'm telling you not to make. I'm saying don't use it. I'm against it, but it depends what your goal is. Mm-hmm. Understand what is happening, how it works, and maybe it is aligned with your goal. You have no issue. Definitely go ahead and run it.
Nice. All right. If you are a consumable brand and you want to get more subscribe and save, and you're looking at new to brands, do you have any tips to increase new to brands?
The new to brands, well, the easiest way is that you have some campaign in Campaign Manager for a sponsored brand and a sponsored display. Amazon gives you the new to brand, right?
We don't have new to brand on sponsored products. Yeah.
Yeah. So for those campaigns that getting out of budget and they have a high new to brand percentage, easiest solution, increase your budget, invest more on them. For a sponsored product, unfortunately, which is 80% of the sales we are getting, there is no metric new to brand. So there are some strategies I can say. For instance, find the keywords that you are not visible organically or you are not on top of page, invest on them because you want to make sure that people looking for your product, they see your offer, or run a sponsored product for them, run a sponsored brand for them. If you have a consumable product, use a sponsored display retargeting, right? People who viewed your competitor's product and target those people. Those are the customers that you could do. You could target and get sales from, but here's the truth. Since we don't have the KPI, we don't know how much they are impacting. If I knew how much of my sponsored product impacting that, I could tell you, okay, this. But since we don't know, these are all the strategies and thought process that you could go after, but we, at the end of the day, we don't know how much of them are new to brand.
Got it. Do you do discovery campaigns on sponsor brands?
Discovery campaigns on sponsor brands, yes, we do it. Well, first of all, the first step is that target any keywords that performing on a sponsor product, target with sponsor brand
brands.
as well, right?
Move them to sponsor brand.
Move
Yes.
them to sponsor brand with headline ads, with PR ones. And yes, definitely test new keywords. I'll give you one example. You might find a keyword not performing with the sponsor product, right? It doesn't mean you shouldn't test that keyword in sponsor brand, specifically brand video. So if you have a good video, customers might, for the keyword, might click. They might not click on your product, but if you have a good video, the conversion rate, click-through rate is different for video because of what you are showing there. So test with a sponsor brand video, even the keywords that you are not seeing performance. And for headline ads and everything, definitely test. But when you are testing or you have discovery campaigns, the main thing to consider is that you have to limit your budget. You have to understand how you are allocating your budget. It shouldn't be that I'm just making it up, 60-70% of your budget goes toward discovery. Then all of a sudden, like your tacos is up, you are not having any profit. Make sure that you have a budget for test and discovery. From there, expand. When you see the result, expand and scale.
Nice. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. What is your tip to launch a product? And what's a good initial ACOS?
So my tip for launching the product is, first of all, make sure your product is good. If it's not good, don't launch your product. So my tip is...
What if it's good and there are like 10 products that are the same? Don't do it.
In my opinion, if you're launching a product, you should have a differentiation, right? If you are launching exactly the same product, why the customers should purchase your product, right? If your competitors that have the same product, they have higher reviews. Unless you say your strategy is that I'm going to get into the market with much lower price, get the organic ranking, have a good positioning, get some reviews, and then increase the price if you are competing against few products. But there is a situation that you have the same product, all 20 other products in the market have the same product. Well, it doesn't matter. You don't want to get into the price war. If you think everyone is the same, I won't recommend it unless you have a strategy for that. For launching, the first thing is that make sure you understand that relationship that we talked, how PPC impacts the organic ranking. When you know that, do a great keyword research. And the crucial part is don't go after all the keywords. You have to know your goal. When you understand your goal, that over the next 30 days, for instance, I want to be in top 15% of the category. As a result, for instance, I want to sell 1,000 products to be number 6, number 7, doesn't matter. It's your goal. You have to analyze your market, come up with the goal that I want to sell 1,000 units. From there, you go backward in terms of coming up, defining your budget, launch budget, how much you want to give budget to that. And based on that, choose your keywords. I see this mistake that people launch, go after all the keywords. Well, why would you do that? Your goal with launch, what is it? It is the fact that for the keywords, you want to get organic ranking. As a result, you generate organic sales and you could expand from there. You can't keep pushing all the keywords, generate sales from PPC. Even if you generate some of the keywords, no matter what you do, you can't rank because the search volume is high. So you have to have those criteria on how much budget is. Select the keyword, high relevancy, and to some extent, like low, medium search volume keywords that you see you could enter, and with PPC sales, improve your organic ranking, come to top 10, top 15. From there, when you do that, you can move to the next keywords, because now you are generating some organic sales. Now your tacos goes down, you can allocate, shift that budget toward the other keywords. In terms of ACOS, for the initial ACOS, there is no initial ACOS. The initial ACOS is this. This subject, actually go to my LinkedIn. I have a graph and I just talk about specifically how to look at this. Then you start launching a product. You got to understand that 100% of your sales coming from where? PPC.
PPC.
So whatever your ACOS is gonna transfer and translate to your tacos. So
yep.
I see some people say at the beginning, 20%, 30% tacos should be your goal. I'm like, what do you mean? How? There's no way, because all the sales coming from PPC, and with PPC, you have no reviews, nothing. Your ACOS is going to be around 80%, 100%. In some cases, more than 100%. You are losing for every sales, right? And that means your tacos starts from 100% tacos. As it goes, and if you do a good job, your tacos will go down. Then your tacos will go down. Then you can, because you're starting, if you do a good job in keyword ranking, you're starting seeing organic ranking. My point about ACOS is here that there is no any good initial ACOS. Your ACOS might be 150, and you see you're having a good conversion rate for the keyword. Your conversion rate, for instance, is 20%, but your ACOS is high, of course, because you are on top of search, cost per click is high, but your conversion rate is good. It means if you invest on that keyword, if you are willing to invest on that keyword, your organic ranking is going to improve. Okay, if it's a keyword that you have the potential to improve your organic ranking, since the conversion rate is good, same algorithm, right? Amazon says, oh, look at this product. Customers getting there, and from every 5 customers, 1 of them purchasing. So it is related to this keyword. Let's bring it slowly up because it's giving good signals. For that keyword, ACOS is 150. If your goal for ACOS now is 40%, you got to pause or optimize this keyword. You will do that, and all of a sudden, you lose that momentum and potential that you have. So initially, my main point is ACOS is not your KPI for launch. Your KPI is how good your conversion rate for the keyword is. If that is good, and if you are willing to spend, sometimes you might say, okay, Mansour, but I don't want to spend that much. Okay, if that's your decision, then optimize it, right? If you have a limit, do it. But just understand that probably you are not going to be able to rank with that thought process, see good results.
If you run out of stock, do you lose organic ranking if you come back in stock like after 30 days?
Oh, yes, 100%.
Okay.
100%. But it is, I don't know how actually this works, to be honest, because in some cases we see that, yes, you lose organic ranking. Sometimes we see for some products, we ramp up and start generating sales pretty fast, even with PPC. In some cases, that product is dead. Like, it becomes really difficult to bring it up and get that organic ranking. And I believe that might be related to category or the situation and your product. If your offer is really good, well, the fact is that customers saying your product and they purchase if you have a really good product. But if not, it's going to be difficult to bring that organic ranking up. The point being, I have seen both sides, but I would say the weight is heavier toward the products that it becomes difficult to bring them up. And we have to invest more, do re-ranking. It might we might get results, we might not.
Mm-hmm. And if you know you're going to run out of stock, should you close the listing?
I remember before there was this discussion that if you pause the listing, it is better. I heard this. I have nothing to confirm it. I think from Brandon Young
Yeah,
that
that's a
seems
tough
like it
question.
doesn't, yeah, it doesn't matter anymore if you pause or not pause it. That is, yeah,
Okay.
I'm no expert on that. I don't want to comment.
Yeah.
So
No, yeah, I understand. I understand. I think nobody knows. I have one question that I was facing recently that I would like your advice, please. Was that the following? We are leaders in one keywords, okay? Always 1%, position number one, organic and sponsored. And then we have stock, but it shows on your page, you can see it's available, it's prime, it's everything. On the back end, you see 0 units available and like 10,000 units arriving, like inbound. We don't know where it's probably being distributed. And then this guy that makes no sales, just one first position. Do you think that's because we're not like as fast delivery as this guy is? Because he's probably already prime, he's probably already in all distribution centers, and we are not because we sold too fast. Do you think that's the reason that he got the first organic position?
so you said they have I didn't get the situation about your
The
competitor.
situation was like we're always number one. We kind of ran out of stock, but we have 10,000 units inbound.
Right.
On the front end, it says available, it's prime.
Right.
On our back end, we say available 0 and like 10,000 inbound.
Right.
It's being received. Amazon is taking care of this. And this guy that makes no sale, boom, moved number one position.
Well, okay. Probably he makes some sales, right? It's not like he doesn't make any
Compared
sales.
to us, like 1%.
Well, I would say the way I think about this is that what is your delivery date? How
I think
long
that's the problem.
That is bringing, there are a few things that are impacting this, right? First, the customers, your conversion rate is lower because as a customer, I go there and they are used to getting the product in a matter of few days or not even the same day, like the day after. All of a sudden I see, oh, this product is going to be delivered next week, in 2 weeks. I'm not going to purchase that, but I was in the listing. So that is the first issue. Your conversion rate is down. The second is that kind of, I feel like it is Amazon itself as well, sees that, okay, you are in this situation. Yes, the listing is live, but Amazon knows what's going on. It's inbound, right? They in their algorithm, I have this feeling that they also impact this as well. So both of these, your conversion rate is lower, plus Amazon probably doing something behind the scene.
Yeah.
Yes,
good.
your listing is available, but I'm not going to purchase because it is far in the future, the delivery date.
Yeah.
That is something actually we mention to our clients that every time this happens, all of a sudden our ACOS shoots to the moon, right? Because the customers, they click on the ad, they go to the listing and they don't purchase. So we recommend them, maybe we should pause the page, right? Close the listing until we make sure it is available. Or just understanding that for the time being, this is the result of higher ACOS. You are not converting because of that future delivery date.
Nice. Yeah. Thank you so much. All right. If you're losing sales, what do you think you can check if you have like any fast bullet points that you can double check if you're losing sales?
That's a great question. And honestly, that's a great question because we have seen time and time that clients, some clients, they come to us that, oh, my sales going down, or some of the sellers, my friends, they come to me that my sales going down, Mansour, let's look at PPC. And it is interesting. The first thing that they want to look at is PPC. So here's the first step and first recommendation, first advice. Forget about PPC. Look at first the market. What is the demand of the market? Is it going down? Is it going up?
How do you see that? Trendster on Helium 10 or a search query performance?
There are many ways to do that. One is search query performance. The other one that I'm in love with is growth opportunity explorer. Look at for your niche, right? Look at for your niche. Then you can see the trend of all those products easily. You can see what's happening. So that is one way. Of course, Helium 10, all of them give you, but they give you in keyword level, but in product opportunity explorer, you can see in niche level. That's a good thing.
Thank you.
If the demand goes down, well, there you go. You got your answer. There's nothing wrong. The demand is going down. That's as a result, your sales is going down. That if there is no change in market demand, the second step is that have you changed anything with your own listing? Did you change price? Did you change images? Have you got negative ratings? Is your rating has your rating got down? Or no, maybe you have a negative review that now being featured on the top, it is impacting your sales. Or have you changed anything like about search terms? Overall, goes to your listing, analyzing if there's anything going on. Or you had coupon code. Now, all of a sudden, you don't have that coupon code, and you are asking why the sales going down. Well, you you don't have coupon anymore. Customers purchasing less.
Nice.
Next is, even if there is nothing there, look at your competition. And this is, I would say, mostly this is the situation that I see, that a competitor, direct competitor, did a change. They have a deal, like lightning deal. They lowered the price. They have a coupon code. And all of a sudden, your sales shift, your brand sales shift to this product because now they have a better offer than what you had. Some percentage of customers, they go to that product. So you lose market share. This is the most common thing that I see, the reason behind decreasing sales. And you might be asking, how can I check this? There are a few ways. Well, the first way is that brand analytics is your friend here. If you are among top 3 click share in the market, if you are among that, you could see last week, what was your conversion share? What is this week? And then you can see who kind of have increased in conversion share. Probably that is the product that they did some changes. Or just go, I don't know if you have a 𝐭𝐫𝐞 for your competitors, go to your direct competitors, look at 𝐭𝐫𝐞, see what they have done. Sometimes you might see nothing they have, you might feel nothing they have done. But if you look at, you see, oh, they added another product as a variant here. All of a sudden, their sales went up, their BSR is good, they are getting better organic ranking, and they are replacing you. Or where else you can see that? I would say pretty much it's about diagnosing all these situations. And for your competitors, go to Helium 10, different platforms. 𝐭𝐫𝐞 is a great one to see what changes they are doing or what they have done in terms of price. If none of, so here's the thing. If you find the root cause, now you can understand what you have to do, right? Now you could go to PPC and say, okay, let's do this. Apart from this, if none of these are issue, of course, go to your campaign. I'm not saying nothing is wrong with your campaign. Maybe there's something wrong with your campaign going on. Or in some cases, we realize for a product, the product got ineligible for advertising and our spend went to 0. All of a sudden, Amazon made our product ineligible, right? So you have to see what's happening with PPC as well. When you find all these relationships, when you understand what the cause is, yes, feel free to now come up with the solution. One more example about PPC. This happened for a client of mine that we realized we are losing share. And then when I did more research, I realized we lost rank we went from like 4 to 6 for the highest search volume keyword. Then I was trying to understand why this happened. The next step, I realized that my sponsored product ad used to be on top of search all the time, but it's not there anymore. And that is actually causing we are losing organic rank. So what I did, I pushed my PPC again. brought the ad up to make sure we are getting back in organic ranking, getting back our organic ranking. So there are so many variables. It's all about looking, researching, and understanding what the issue is.
Nice. We're getting there. Well, second last question.
Sure.
We're seeing a lot of copycats products. They're copying everything from you, even copying your box. The only thing that they do not copy is your logo. So they're trying to pretend they are you, but it's a different brand name. And they try to call your attention in the main image, and they're just like completely following you. The only thing they don't copy just so don't get like in trademark issues is your logo. How to deal with these guys? Do you have any idea how to deal with these guys?
Well, if you find a solution, let me know as well, because because I don't know, like the way I think about that, private label is this. Like you sell this product, someone else has the same product with different branding, right? That's the concept of private label. Unless you have patent or anything on your product, they are
there you go.
copying. There you go. You have your answer. Go claim that, okay, they are kind of doing that. But otherwise, you can't do anything. Like they are a different brand. Sure, that's the same product, but they are a different brand. I don't know anything that you could do in this case if you don't have any patent or anything, because they are not selling your product. They are similar product with a different brand.
Yeah, but it comes to a point that they're copying your image, they're copying your box, they're copying like almost everything, but they just don't copy the trademark.
Yeah, actually, I think it was Samuel Braggs mentioning about this, that he sent some of his competitors he sent to Amazon that, look, this is my image, this is their image, exactly. They're kind of having the same thing. I could get back to you. I think Amazon responded and kind of got back to that seller that they have to change the images. I can't confirm. I can ask from
that's something we can definitely try.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Last question, so we can wrap this because I've taken too much of your time. What's the biggest problem that you're facing right now?
My biggest problem that I'm facing is educating clients and managers. That in terms of clients, because sometimes happens that our clients ask for something or look at some KPIs that it's not the right way. So we have to educate them that if this is happening, this is the reason. This is the way we have to look at PPC. This is the way we have to optimize. This is the way we have to kind of look at all these KPIs and judge what is happening. So that's in terms of educating our clients. And also in terms of managers, like even with Increment on Digital, our goal is now we are focused to make sure that our managers, they are authority, right? As I mentioned, don't listen what Mansour posts. Don't trust what Mansour posts. Go test and get the answer on your account, right? Don't think if someone tested something, came up with an advanced strategy, it's going to work for you as well. No, have that in mind with your own thought process, analyze it, test it, and come up with the conclusion. And you tell me that this worked or didn't work, Mansour, right? So that is, I guess, it's not the biggest, it's not a problem. I would say it's just an ongoing challenge or improvement that we have. I won't say it is a problem.
I imagine. Yeah, I know how it's like. All right, Mansour, thank you so much for your time. Now it's time to get in touch with you. Your name is Mansour Norouzi, correct? People can find you on LinkedIn, correct? And how do people contact your agency?
So you could definitely find me in LinkedIn. I'm pretty active there. I post there. If you are looking for new content, definitely go to LinkedIn, Mansour Norouzi. Increment on Digital as well. Go to our website. we could also do audit on your account, and based on your account, actually, but it is free. We do an audit for your account. We show you what is right, what is wrong in your account, and how you can improve it. Of course, if you think we are a good fit, and we also do the audit for the same purpose as well, right? To see if we are a good fit for you, you are a good fit for us. And if you want, definitely we can get in touch for PPC management. Apart from that, also I'm gonna post about the course next week. It is being released on Cyber Monday, and you can look up for that as well.
Okay, Mansour, thank you so much one more time.
That's a pleasure.
It was a great conversation, and it was so pleasant that the clock on your background didn't move at all.
I know. That is how
That's how it goes.
Yes, exactly.
All right, Mansour, thank you so much. If you need anything, let us know.
It was a pleasure being here. Thank you so much for having me.
And that was our interview with Mansour Norouzi. Thank you so much for watching. Now, what you have to do right now, stop everything, go to sellerboard.com. If you are a seller and if you want to have full control of your accounts, you have to go to sellerboard.com. Right now, you can click on demo accounts, you can play with the software. You're going to have inventory management, PPC optimization, request review automation, refunds for lost inventory, listing changing alerts, users and rights management. Trust me, if you're a seller and you want to have full control, profitability, P&L, inventory, everything, you got to go to sellerboard. Not right now. Click on a demo account, play with the software. I'm sure you're going to like it, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you.